Hi, how are you? Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. You have a wristband?
No.
Why you can't get in? You need a wristband.
For the free?
No, I'm not gonna mess with you for the free.
Please.
I don't even know you.
Please.
No.
Please.
You need to leave.
Ever wondered why do cheaters move on so fast? They don't. They just relocate their bodies. But their guilt, that stays packed in the same suitcase. They can switch partners, cities, even identities, but they can't run from conscience that knows what it did. You'll see it in their eyes, hear it in their laughter, feel it in their silence. They never moved on. They just started pretending better. Peace out, pumpkins.
What? Of course he's gonna play with your heart. Of course he doesn't care about you. I mean, he hasn't written you in 3 months. Are you insane? Of course he's gonna sleep with you and take advantage of you and tell you whatever you wanna hear, even that he's gonna marry you. Come on, are you crazy? You wanna be heartbroken again? You're insane. Don't do it. Don't do it. He's a loser. He's a complete pathetic loser.
If you are with a man and you start crying and then don't even budge, he don't put a hand on your shoulder, he not like, oh my gosh, baby, are you okay? A man looking at you cry with a stale face, that is a complete red flag. Another one is a man flat out ignoring you. You ever seen somebody just on their phone, you talking to them like, do you hear me? Do you hear me? And even if y'all are in an argument, a man stalemate ignoring you is a complete, girl, I got a whole list of them. So pay attention to.
Brothers are paying child support on a kid that they don't even see. And you think that men are excited about marriage? They have to pay for a house that they don't even live in. You think men are excited about commitment?
The men that are giving women the bare minimum are the ones that are doing it right. This goes back to Lacan's theory of desire. There is what women say they want, what they think they want, and what they actually respond to. Lacan's theory says that in order to desire something, that thing must be perpetually absent, because the moment you have it, you can no longer want it. So when men treat women with the bare minimum, it leaves room for desire. So the woman is more attracted because she wants more from the man. This video isn't me advocating for men treating women badly. It's simply me explaining the psychology.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Stop being strong all the time. You have been holding everything together for so long that you forgot what it feels like to let someone hold you. You carry things in silence because you decided a long time ago that nobody could handle you if you fell apart. But that decision is exhausting you. You are allowed to be held. You are allowed to say, I am not okay. You are allowed to let someone love you the way you have always loved everyone else.
Another thing with y'all modern women, y'all still want traditional men, which is crazy to me because you want a guy to open the door for you, the car door for you, open the door for you going into a building, restaurant, whatever. Some of y'all pull out the chair. Want you pull out the chair. Want us to pay the bill when we go out to dinner. Pay the bill. Taking you out. We want us to pay the bill. Pay bills when half of y'all can't even cook. Can't even cook. Explain that. Talk to a girl, 24, can't cook. 32, can't cook. 29, can't cook. But want traditional values in a man. But y'all not traditional women.
A lot of these modern women continuing to want a provider man and a generous man, but they don't have generous attitudes. They don't want to give to a man at all. Why? How is that going to make me want to be generous? How is that going to make me want to provide?
I'm not going to drop figures, but you have to have your stuff together. I'm a woman of a particular age. I'm a high value woman. I know my worth. I know who I am, whose I am, and I know what I deserve. So yes, is there a pay grade? I wouldn't say that, but do you have to be well established and have your stuff together, including your credit, your financials, your home life, your whole situation? Absolutely. Yeah. What I look like.
You can't land a private jet at the regular joint, you know, I understand. So are FedEx workers off the...
Absolutely not. Don't even look my way.
For real?
Don't look my way.
When the man opens up, when he really opens up, don't you use what he said when he was open to prove a point when you want to win an argument. You will never hear the full story from us ever again. And we'll start say stuff like this. How are you? Good. I ain't good, but I just ain't telling you. Women, let me tell you something. Men are not emotionless. We have deep emotions. We just don't know how to express them. And let me tell you, if you make us feel unsafe, you'll never hear from us again. If I tell you something in a moment of vulnerability and you use it against me in an argument, you can forget me talking to you forever. And you keep talking about he quiet, he shut down, he's in his man cave, he won't open up, because when he did open up, you shut the door on him.
These men have decided to opt out of society because they're tired of being blamed for stuff they didn't do. Consequences that they didn't even call. I wasn't even around when that happened. Why am I getting blamed for that? So it's natural for a man to walk away from a situation and distance himself from a situation that he ain't got nothing to do with.
Why do people think that chivalry is just about basic mutual respect as opposed to a one-way servitude towards women?
Probably because it sounds a little bit selfish to say that you have to have a chivalrous man, but then you're not wanting to serve him in other ways.
Why do people believe that chivalry is dead when chivalry is still expected and practiced?
I believe that it is very hard to find, and so it feels like it's dead, but it should be still practiced, but it's far and few between.
I think women want to do whatever they want, but want men to treat them like with chivalry, but they're not treating their men that way, so they're like not being wise and acting as that to receive that kind of treatment.
So his intentions don't count unless it's woman's emotional labor, and then your thought does matter? And how did you respond to that? When he said, I was going to get you flowers, did you be like, oh, okay? Or did you be like, oh my gosh, I would have loved that. I would have been so excited about that. That would have been beautiful. That would have been wonderful. I would have loved it. It showed some enthusiasm. Because sometimes a man will test the waters to see if you're going to appreciate his efforts. And that's kind of his way of doing it sometimes. And let's be real here, we don't always follow through with the things that we want to do or our intentions. Otherwise, I would have pre-ordered that Pokemon game already. Do you mock him when he actually tries to do something? Do you paint it as not good enough? Or do you show genuine appreciation and enthusiasm? Because if you don't give a man at least that, he's less likely to do things for you. And it makes sense, because why would you give someone something and go out of your way if you know they're not even going to like it or appreciate it? Also in this day and age, sometimes men are worried about being considered like corny or something. Am I allowed to say that word? So he might bring that up as a way of testing the water to see kind of if you're cool with that. I know some men are afraid to even open the door for a woman because he's dated a woman in the past that has gotten mad at him for that.
A lot of these men try to be gentlemen. They try to open the door. They try to be chivalrous. They try to be generous. But modern women don't really appreciate a man like that. And they want a man to wait around until they grow or develop an appreciation for him. But that doesn't really make a lot of sense to men at all.
What should you do if you're spiritually awake and your partner isn't? It's not going to work. I believe if you're spiritually awake, you have a mission on this planet to expand your consciousness and heal yourself as much as possible, because you're going to be expanding and healing, and they're going to be stuck at the same frequency for a long time because they don't know what it's like to actually expand their consciousness and expand their spirit. They're stuck in their ego. And if they're stuck in their ego, they can't really heal. So you're going to be advancing super fast, and they're going to be stuck here. And when you keep going back to this person romantically, you them, you love them still, you're going to be going up and then down, because you're going to always be having to come back to their frequency. So the best thing you can do if you're awakening and your partner isn't, it's a harsh response, but you can't be with them anymore. Otherwise, you will not reach the heights you're meant to go to. You'll stay at the low you feel like you'll always be in.
And modern women don't understand that men are going to get tired. They're going to be exhausted of trying to hold up your idea of a lifestyle. And you're not even contributing to your own ideal life. That you have this thought in your head, and you don't even contribute to it. I'm not going to keep on.
Equality. It is a very important subject. A subject that I have noticed has been markedly absent in a great many of the conversations that I have heard from some women who in fact do claim to be feminists. And I wonder why that is. It seems that some of these women don't want equality at all. No, in fact, listening to them, a person would think that they want to be treated as better than men, with more privileges, simply because they're women. Now, that's not what feminism is about, is it? And then there's the other problem, that a lot of these women don't want to hold, or so it seems, women to the exact same standards that they hold men to. They allow women to do things that they would condemn a man for. And is that equality? For instance, a lot of women who very openly say they don't like men are not condemned for it. Their sexism is approved. Why? They can say disparaging remarks, body shame, and even generalize an entire population with absolutely nothing being said to them. Is that equality? I don't think so. So I think a lot of these women actually need to look up what the definition of feminism is before they claim to be one.
Men, especially right now, are needing a lot more appreciation and support from women and from men. Because since the rise of the feminist movement, we have seen a lot of empowering women or independent, powerful women kind of pushing down and suppressing masculinity. And we are seeing this on a larger scale. This is hurting all of us. And if we choose to support men in the rise of healthy masculinity, we are going to see everything start to work in our favor as women and as men. So we need to stop with just empowering women and bashing on men and hating on men for being men, and start empowering everyone so that we can all thrive together.
It's crazy how a lot of these modern women understand things from their perspective, how they want things to end up. Give me this, understand it from my side. Allow me to do these things. But if it's you and when it's you, I'm not going to understand, and I don't understand anything that you're talking about. That's why a lot of men check out, because no matter what I say, no matter what I do, you never want to understand it from my perspective.
I'm tired of females asking me, Choice, where all the good is at? All the good, we in the crib. We be in the crib. We don't go nowhere. It's boring. We do not leave our house. We make our money and come back to the crib to watch movies and sleep. You would not find us in no parties, no events, none of that. It's in the crib. We boring. We don't do nothing. Sorry for being so boring, but like I don't like being in trouble. I don't want to be going in jail, so I stay home. You hear me? Like, come on now, baby. Come on. In the crib. We in the crib. Yeah.
Take the gift and use it. It's another productive way of thinking. Take and use. A man wants you to take and use. He opened the door. Just walk through it. Take the moment of ease to be more of whatever you want to be. He tells her she's beautiful. Take it and feel more beautiful. Be more confident. Mm-hmm. Glow even brighter. Well, estrogen's going to create safety, looking for safety through connection. And a big part of that is reciprocity, precise reciprocity. You say, you look beautiful. Oh, so do you. And look, what the heck, right? Which is better than arguing with you about, oh no, not me, not this. Did you, and we'll point out the flaws because we think flaws discount beauty. We don't know. So it's, the cool thing about this, the hard and the cool thing about it, we literally have opposing instincts. The hormones have us pursue safety in ways that interfere with each other. Productivity blocks out connection. Seeking connection will interrupt productivity. So, yeah, facts versus feelings, productivity versus connectivity, take and use. How do you know a man appreciated something? He used it. You gave him advice and he used it. That's how you know he valued it. Not because he wrote you a thank you note.
These men are starting to realize, really honestly and truly, they've realized for a long time, but modern women keep on trying to gaslight men to say, well, this is how I live. This is my life. If I'm doing this, then I want a man to do X, Y, and Z. Well, that's your Instagram life. That's your TikTok life. That's the type of stuff that you do online. That's not how you really live. You're really broke. And I'm not going to be funding your lifestyle.
A woman working 40 hours a week, paying for her hair, paying for her nails, her rent, her car, her food, her insurance, handling everything by herself is not going to be soft that you expect her to be. And no, she cannot bring you peace when she is in survival mode. She's not just exhausted physically, she's exhausted emotionally and mentally. She doesn't need another person to tell her to chill. She needs real support. She's not cold. She's just tired of being strong all the time for everyone. If you want her to be soft, give her space that she can be. If you want her to trust, be someone that she can count on. She wants to let her guard down, but not someone who adds more pressure. If you can lighten her load, at least don't add. Because peace isn't just her job to give it to you. It's a responsibility to help and create it.
So you have to really look at it from the standpoint, the vantage point of the man on the first date. He's going to drive. He's going to pay. He's going to have to do a reminder. I text you, I'm coming. I text you this, text you that. I'm going to have to pick the restaurant. And really, honestly and truly, these modern women are doing nothing. He's carrying the entire load. And they continue to say, well, I'm doing it because X, Y, and Z. You're going to want a man to continue to do this. Basically, you want a man to continue to carry the load throughout the relationship.
Here's the real truth. On Monday, I had 7 men and 24 ladies booked for tonight. Today, I have 22 men and 24 ladies booked. Why? Because I work really hard to make sure I get the men here to not let down the ladies. About 60% of my men's sales come through on the last 24 to 48 hours. I have no idea why. But what I want the guys to realize is they would get a chance to meet a lot more ladies and have much more opportunity for a match if they were to book early. Because I have to hold women back, put them on waiting list until the men reach that criteria number. So gents, this is what I'm saying. Do you want more potential in the evenings? Do you want to meet more ladies? Then I would say book on early so that I don't have to stop women from buying tickets and you would have a chance to meet more. More chemistry, more people, better vibe, and just an all better night and less stress for me. That's what I'm saying.
A lot of men are seeing and understanding that the woman that they see on the profile isn't near the woman that they meet in real life. Or it can even be vice versa. The point is, the modern woman that you're seeing, that you're meeting, that you're coming face to face with is totally different from who she is around everybody else. And everybody else, she's, doing great, fantastic person, the life of the party. But once you get her alone, just you and her, she's a total nightmare.
Wow, I just never want to touch a door. I know I usually talk to you guys about the inside of a woman and what it means if she's doing this and why she said this, but this time you're going to listen to me about what we want. Women do not want to open doors. Are there some women who get offended if you hold the door open for them? Yes, and if that's the kind of girl that you are going after, then this page probably isn't for you anyway. I don't think it's too big of an ask for a man to open the door for the girl that he is with. Not only in the beginning when he's trying to court this girl. No, forever. Opening and closing the car door after a girl is such a little thing for you, but it'll make such a big difference in the way that she views you and the way that she feels around you. A woman wants to feel taken care of in big and small ways, and opening a door or the car door is a little thing that you can do that'll make her view you in a way like, wow, he really makes me feel at ease and makes me feel comfortable and safe and taken care of. Just trust me on it. Just do it.
Now that the men are gone, girl, this guy said to me, I like you so much. He actually said, I'm addicted to you. I like you so much. I just wish you were nicer to me. That's like the biggest compliment. It's nothing nice to say, but it was sweet.
It's your girl Natalie Clarice, and I'm coming on with today's Love Note. Just because you have a dude in your house does not mean you have a man in your house. If that dude ain't helping to pay no bills, sis, you have company. A man is supposed to provide and protect, not beg and collect. Think about it. And that is today's Love Note. Have a great day, guys.
I am on the hunt for a single Christian girl in the Dallas, Texas area. If you are in your early to mid 20s, you love Jesus, you are actively involved in your church, you enjoy health and fitness, you like going on walks or to the gym, and you just enjoy being around people who are like-minded and like to have a good time. If any of this sounds like you, then DM me the word Dallas and I may just have the perfect guy for you.
We opened our joint bank account when we bought a home together. Okay. But we had a lot of legal paperwork too. We bought our home before we got married, which, by the way, my mom was not a fan of. But we signed all this paperwork that was basically like, what happens if Viv dies? What happens if Boo dies? What happens if we both? What happens if we break up? Like, every single scenario was accounted for. And that's healthy because we were treating our relationship like a business. And I think, honestly, relationships would be so much better if we treated them with the same type of respect we give when we open businesses.
The woman that's going to end up being single forever is the one that hates being accountable for the things that they've caused in a relationship. The moment they're confronted by their man about something they've done that he didn't appreciate or like, rather than accepting accountability and saying, hey, I'm sorry, we'll work on this together, we'll grow together, instead she'll either, one, blame him for being the reason why she did what she did, or two, what she'll do is she'll acknowledge his complaint. Rather than accepting accountability, she wants to then bring up something her partner did, whether it be current or in the past, that upset her, to try and shift the dynamic and blame and now make him feel like he has to be accountable for something that is completely unrelated to the circumstance in front of him.
Okay. Come here. You look good.
It's sore.
Mm-hmm. I'll do my own little spin move on you. Oh, you look excited.
We'll see how it is.
I like to see you smiling. What? Come here. Where are you taking me to? My car's over there. It's like you're gonna drag me across the street.
Well, you're not gonna open my door?
Of course I am. What kind of guy you think I am?
And she's picked him.
Is this equality or is this just complete chauvinism?
When a man opens the door for a woman or he pulls a chair for a woman to sit, it is neither equality nor chauvinism. It is chivalry.
तो इस वीडियो में हमने दो इंटरेस्टिंग वर्ड्स सुने, पहला chauvinism, दूसरा chivalry, और ये दोनों ही वर्ड्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है वोकैबुलरी और इंग्लिश के पर्सपेक्टिव से। पहले बात करते हैं chauvinism की। chauvinism का मतलब होता है मेल डोमिनेंस, जहां पर पुरुषों को लगता है कि वो औरतों से हर काम में बेहतर है और जो हमेशा औरतों को डोमिनेट करते हैं। और दूसरा वर्ड है शिवलरी। शिवलरी का मतलब होता है औरतों के प्रति सम्मान, उनकी रिस्पेक्ट और शिष्टाचार, मतलब पोलाइट, ऑनरेबल, जेंटलमैनली बिहेवियर स्पेशली टुवर्ड्स वुमेन। अब आप मुझे कमेंट करके बताइए आप इन दोनों में से किस वर्ड से रिलेट करते हैं, शोविनिज्म या chivalry? Let me know your answer in the comments. Thank you for watching.
You could be a feminine woman in the military.
You look pretty manly.
Thank you.
Are you mad at me?
No. How are you?
Good. How are you? What's going on with men?
Men are just doing man things.
You are doing man things right now.
Yes, we are doing man.
Why are you guys like this?
Well, we're with Gatsby Glass, and so we're up here replacing some jewelry store windows right now.
What's the manliest thing about you?
That I love my wife.
What's your wife like?
She's adorable.
What does she do?
She's very womanly. She works for the military, and she's a wonderful mother. And
I love that, a woman in the military.
Yes,
but it's feminine.
Yeah.
What?
You can be a feminine woman in the military.
There you go.
All right.
Thank you.
Right, you guys have a great day.
You too.
Where are all the good men? A lot of them have been lost along the way. And a lot of them are stuck in a men's mental health crisis where there is no help coming, or at least they think so. A lot of them have been told that their feelings don't matter. A lot of them have shared vulnerably and told they were weak. A lot of them have had their deepest, darkest moments weaponized against them. So they're not going to speak out again. They're never going to allow that to happen. So where are all the good men? A lot of them are locked away and sealed in silence because of the people in their lives and the things that they've experienced. When they saw that no help was coming, they learned to shut down. They learned to be quiet. they learn to hide away. So the good men, they're still here. It's just that most people don't see them because most people don't provide a safe space for them.
This is interesting. This is a good take. I like this conversation starter, Commander. Hats off to you. I recently saw a video of a guy who said any time a woman has approached him, he has realized that she is a man-eater. So, what are your thoughts on that? A woman should always approach the man? I think I'm a little bit old-fashioned, but it really doesn't matter what I think. I'm married. It doesn't matter. But I'd like to know other people's opinions. Actually, I'd even like to know the married people's opinions. I don't agree. I feel like the man should be the one that approaches. But again, you have all those people that are like, ew, I don't want a man to talk to me. Same. But also, what are we thinking? This is interesting.
You want to be robbed because there's no other explanation as to why you just met me on the internet and you want me to come to your house night one. Talking about, oh, let's go to my house, we can drink some wine, we can play some games, we can kick it, we can chill. You don't know me. And I don't know you, Mr. But what I do know is the next invite me to his house and I don't know him, I'm just gonna go ahead and rob him. Because clearly he wants to be robbed. Because why else would you invite a stranger to your house that you don't know? Why else would you give a stranger that you just met your address unless you wanted to be robbed? Clearly, you want to be robbed, Mr. Man, so I'm gonna rob you. I'm taking everything that ain't bolted the down, okay? And if it's bolted down, that's okay. I got a drill. I'm gonna unbolt that bitch and take it with me because there's no other explanation other than you are a lick. You want to be robbed, and I'm gonna rob you, okay? Me and my homeboys gonna rob you. I'm taking everything.
A question for the men out there, and please, for the love of God, don't get offended because I don't mean any harm by it. I don't mean any harm by it. So many men with the bun there. No, so many men say that they're scared of women. Okay? So many men say this. I've heard this to me about situations. What does this mean? What do men mean when they say they are scared of women? Are you actually scared of women or are you scared of approaching them? Like, why are we scared? Like, I'm here to answer the questions that you need to have answered in the comments. I will 100% give you the honest truth about a woman or a situation that you need prevailing. Think of it as an agony aunt situation, darling. I will help, okay? Phoebe to the rescue, Phoebe to the rescue. But seriously, why are we scared of women? Please help me answer that question and I will answer any questions that you have. Because why are we scared? We're just petite little flowers that need a bit of love.
Bring back men who beg. I figured it out, ladies. This is the problem. The men ain't begging on the track no more. Now, I'm on my way to a date, but before we get into that, let's chat. Remember the love songs used to feel like passion and romance? Well, girl, now they are glorifying not caring. And let me tell you, this is an issue because now men think they the prize. I'm telling you right now, this is the downfall of culture. I don't know about y'all, but I need my man to care. Like, don't come around me being nonchalant with a whole lot of ego and pride. And another thing, what's understood does in fact need to be explained. I like clarity. Where are we going? What time are we going to be there? And what's the dress code? I'm a girl who is not too scared to ask questions because having clear intentions matters. And if I get a little inclination of confusion, you don't got to worry about me. Call me delusional, but if you don't feel like a 90s R&B song, I don't want it. On a positive note, this is me on a date with a very intentional, kind man. We went to go grab some lunch. I tried a couple new wines and we ate good. At the end of the day, girls, we aren't settling for Mr. Nonchalant. Get you a man who is kind, full of passion, and has clear intentions. Okay, we'll chat later. Bye.
If your man has to beg for affection, something is deeply off. He shouldn't have to chase you around the house just to get a kiss. He shouldn't feel like he's annoying you just to be touched. He's your husband, not a side character you can barely tolerate. You say you love him, but when was the last time you showed him, without words, without him asking? And no, I'm not talking about packing his lunch. I'm talking about pulling him close when he walks by, giving him that look that says, I still want you. Because if he's showing up, working hard, staying loyal, being a solid man, why should he feel like he's starving for your attention, flirt, touch, initiate. Desire is not some extra bonus in marriage. It's the glue that keeps everything from falling apart. And when a husband feels ignored long enough, he stops asking. He stops reaching for you. He builds walls instead of bridges. He starts wondering if he's even wanted anymore. And that's how emotional distance begins, quietly but dangerously. Eventually, the man who once craved your affection forgets how to ask for it. If you want to deepen your connection with your spouse and start building a marriage full of love and understanding, I've put together powerful guides that can help you. You'll find it in my bio.
If he didn't open up your door, are you letting that slide, or are you gonna start an argument?
Is this a relationship or is this a date?
It doesn't even matter if it's a date, a relationship.
If it's
chivalry, period. If you don't open your door, is you letting it slide?
I have to teach him. If I like him, then I gotta teach him, because I don't know why you're not opening the door. That's something that I had to mention and seeing dude. I'm like, yo, you're not gonna open the door, because in my last relationship, I couldn't touch a door. I couldn't hold a bag. Like if I had 2 bags, why are you carrying that? Give me that. What are you doing?
If your man, you asked if a man opens up a door for another woman, are you letting it slide, or is that an argument?
Is he busting his to get to the door? Because that's an argument.
Let's say like this.
What are you doing? Like, are you running to the door to open the door for this chick? Like, what's happening? Or is she walking in, with us, and you letting her go first, and then me, and you and I walking together?
That scenario.
Then that's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
We'll let her go first, and then you go.
Yeah, because he and I are going in together. He don't need to walk in after her. Then that could be weird.
Why even open the door for?
Because he's a gentleman.
Nah, get the door yourself.
Oh.
Let us know when you're shutting down, so we know when to shut up. That's what I would tell the men of today. If they were my sons, you're doing a good job. You're not always failing. You don't always suck. We're not always looking to beat you up. I know it feels like you're punching bag for a lot of different things. I know it feels like you cannot make it, that there's no standard that you're always going to score. I know you get frustrated, and I know you'll cry. You cry when we don't see it. You have to, man up. And I am saying to you, as a mom, as a older female, and I'm saying to you that you're doing way better than you could ever possibly imagine. Take personal responsibility where you can, grow where you can, and be open, and share with the people that you love your SOS distress signals. Let us know when you're shutting down, so we know when to shut up. And we know how to show up. But we can't if you don't tell us. If your distress signal is you get frustrated, you shut down, you say, whatever. Okay, fine, you always win. If that's a distress signal, I need to know. I need to know, and you need to know mine. So instead of us fighting each other, we can support each other. That's what I would say.
That's going to do it for this episode. We appreciate you guys. God bless you. Peace.
I was laying here in the bed and I was thinking, a relationship cannot survive in an environment where it lacks consideration and it lacks effort. I see a lot of people in relationships, they're the one putting in all the effort, doing all the footwork, trying to communicate better, trying to make it work. They're the one considering this other person's feelings, their needs, what they've been through, all of these things, and it's one-sided. You're in a relationship and you're doing the right thing, but it's so one-sided, that will become exhausting. That will fuel so much resentment because you're feeling like you're the only person that is doing everything. That will exhaust you and burn you out, okay? So if you feel like that is what you're experiencing in a relationship, either you tell your partner, you communicate with them so that they can get a clear understanding on not the action, but the emotion. I feel like you don't consider me. I feel like you don't try. I feel like I'm the one that's doing all of these things, and it's hurtful. It makes me sad. It doesn't make me feel loved. It doesn't make me feel appreciated. It doesn't make me feel valued. Not even talking about the actions, just the emotion. I can't love you and treat you the way you want to be loved in these conditions. How are you expecting me to show up and be what you need? And these are the conditions that I'm being loved in. I'm not even being loved. We're just existing. We're basically tolerating each other out of history, out of comfort, out of habit.
Are you wife material? That sounds like a harmless question, but it's built on a foundation of subtle misogyny. As a divorce lawyer, I've seen the aftermath of what happens when women spend years trying to answer that question, shrinking themselves, editing their personality, performing in a never-ending audition for a role that they were never supposed to chase in the first place. Women are not put on this earth to audition to be wives. This isn't The Bachelor. You don't get a ring for being the last one standing after months of emotional gymnastics. We are not here to win a man's approval like it's some kind of prize at the end of a personality contest. Being kind, nurturing, supportive, those are human traits, not job requirements for marriage. Somewhere along the way, society convinced women that our biggest achievement is getting picked, that being someone's wife validates us. The happiest women I know aren't the ones who got picked. They're the ones who picked themselves and then built a life that didn't require constant auditions and emotional unpaid internships. Because being a wife should be something you choose, not something you earn by enduring disrespect, lowering your standards, or trying to prove you are not like the other girls, which, by the way, is just internalized patriarchy. I've had clients sit across from me after 20 years of marriage completely disconnected from who they are, not because they didn't love their husbands, but because they spent 2 decades method acting as the perfect wife, pretending, overfunctioning, all in the name of being a good wife. And now they're just trying to remember what their own laugh sounds like. The right person will never ask you to audition. They'll meet you where you are and not try to rewrite your script. So if you're constantly asking, what do men want? You're asking the wrong question. Ask what you want. Then go and build a life that doesn't need a stage, a spotlight, or a man with a scorecard. You're not here to be chosen. You're here to choose. And you don't need anyone's approval to be unforgettable.
So I was thinking about the whole men wanting to be bad epidemic that's going on right now. I don't know if you guys seen the video of the girls on the man on the platform, and the girls on the dance floor. Like, nobody wants to see that. First of all, nobody wants to see girls dance on platforms. Men just stand there. Nobody, like, why the hell would you go out to a club? And anyway, I have noticed as a bartender that we used to have ladies' night, right? We had to stop ladies' night because we weren't getting the men that were going to purchase the drinks. Now, I don't understand why, because if you're going to ladies' night, then you don't have to buy a drink for a woman. You can buy your own drink, and the ladies already drink it for free. But I had plenty of men tell me, why do ladies get to drink for me? If I identify as a lady, can I get a drink for free? What about equality? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, bro, you guys already have... the patriarchy already gives you so much, and you're complaining that ladies are drinking free wine and free cocktails. Why? Anyway, I also was thinking about the situation that I had with one of my, I went out with my girlfriends one night. This guy offered to buy me a drink. I accepted, and I was being nice, so I had a conversation with him. Not even 2 minutes into this conversation, this man goes, "So, do you think you can do better than me?" I don't even know what the hell we were talking about, but it had nothing to do with, me thinking I was better than anyone. And I just, looked at him confused, and I said, yeah. I was like, yeah, I can probably do better than you. And then he left, and I was like, just because he said that, that's why I replied that. But what? Because you bought me a drink, you think that you can be disrespectful? I just don't understand that. Yeah, and then it's been crazy. It's been crazy. Okay, that's my 2 cents.
And what's funny is that a lot of these modern women sit up and say, man, I cannot find a good man. And really what they mean to say is, I can't find a good man to approach me. I'm in the gym, I'm at church, I'm at work, and I see a whole host of guys that I would be interested in talking to. But they're not approaching me, man. They're not trying to talk to me. Where can I find a good-looking guy that's not afraid to come and approach me? I don't want to approach first. I feel like the man when I do that. Newsflash. The men that you want don't want you. They've moved on to greener pastures. Well, they don't even know me. They don't have to. That's what men keep on saying. The way that you portray yourself online, a man is going to see that. You might be the sweetest person in the world, but if a man sees that online, he's gonna be like, oh no, I don't think I want that. I mean, you're essentially like McDonald's. If McDonald's comes out with some chicken nuggets or something like that, and the chicken nuggets look appetizing, then people are going to come in and try the chicken nuggets. And over time, you might say, shoot, the chicken nuggets are nice. I think I might get something else on the menu. That's what men are saying about you. Oh man, she had a really nice personality. Think I want to see if she has anything else. So do you like sports? Not really. I used to golf in high school. Oh, okay. Me too. Wow. How many years did you golf? I started my sophomore year, and then, junior year, and then senior year kind of trailed off and started doing other things. Man, that's cool, man. Well, maybe you and I can, go play around one day. I haven't been in a while, but, I'd like that. Okay, so, well, let me tell you, let's go to a range first. Let's go to a driving range first. We do that, and then if you're comfortable, we're going to play around. Okay, and afterwards, maybe we can, get lunch. How does that sound to you? Oh, that sounds fantastic. And so he's planning around common interests. But a lot of modern women nowadays, they're not receptive to a man's leadership. They're not receptive to a man's way of living, his lifestyle, the things that he might want to do. So a man's kind of like, if I have to run into this, if I have to be around this, if I have to deal with this, I'm probably not going to be approaching.